Pac in Orlando, right? If I'm not mistaken, you wanted to set the record straight when it came to that, right? About Tupac and Trayvon Lane, and if he told Tupac to go do it or not.
Yeah, because Trey never told Pac. You know what I mean? So I think he get this you know what I mean? He get this backlash. He get this, negative. Like people always speaking negative. Like if he didn't tell Pac, Pac didn't do that. But he never told Pac. You know what I mean? Trey told his homies. Pac overheard it and just did what he had to. He did. He felt like he did what he felt like he needed to do. But Trey never ran to Pac specifically and say, "Yo, Pac, this is this and that." You know what I mean? Um, they was all together. Trey went to the people that was there with him from his hood, from the mobs. You know what I mean? From his neighborhood. And when he said it, Pac overheard it, and that's when Pac took off. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, people always they get upset with Trey. And at the end of the day, bro, you can't, you know what I mean? When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. You know what I mean? Pac, Trey didn't go to Pac and say, Pac, that's the dude over there, go do what you gotta do. Pac just took it on his own. You know what I mean?
And you knowing Trayvon Lane, you know for sure that he didn't tell Tupac that. You knowing him personally, you know for sure that he telling the truth.
Yeah, I believe him. Yeah, and it makes sense. Me knowing Trey. You know what I mean? Me knowing Trey and Trey was part of like security. You know what I mean? Me knowing Trey was part of security. And he in the past he never would go to Pac and say for any trouble in the past. He always went to his homies, like, this is happening, this is happening. You know what I mean? So he would never go to Pac and say, because his job as a security is to hold the people down and protect the people. So when he went and told his homies, because it's a Compton thing that they know what's going on and really the involvement of this type of stuff, but Pac overheard it. Because Pac was he intermingled with him. He was with him. You know what I mean? Even though like they was in security, but at the same time they were always like homies at the same time. You know what I mean? And I don't think nobody, even Trayvon, Suge, or anybody that was there would have expected Pac to just run and take off like that. You know what I mean? Because you got to understand, Pac used to teach us not to do that. You know what I mean? So Pac had this militant, militant mindset where he himself used to say, "Be careful, don't just run off." You know what I mean? We might see the enemies one day. Doesn't mean we might not even have a chance to take off on them because you got to do everything at a calculated time. And people knowing how Pac was, I think it caught everybody off guard. Nobody expected that. Pac is not. This is what they have to realize. You know what I mean? I know people. Pac is not. He's a leader. You know that he was a leader. You know what I mean? He wasn't really just a follower where you can manipulate him like he's a kid and go do that. Go run over there and do that, Pac. Sock this dude in the head for me, Pac. Pac did it on his own. You know what I mean? So people have to realize that it was a mistake that he did something that he felt like he wanted to do. Nobody can manipulate him and say, "Yo, Pac, go do." He wasn't that type of person. But of course, because you get so much stuff circulating on the media, so much stuff circulating online that from the outside looking in, if you don't know Pac, from that situation, it'll seem like he was easy manipulated. You know what I mean? But that wasn't the case with Pac. He wasn't like that. You know what I mean?